Most engineers' careers don't get stuck because they're bad in engineering. Instead, they get stuck because they do not understand the three most common things that are holding them back. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what those three things are and the next steps you need to take to get the pay raises you deserve and the promotions that you desire. You see, I've learned something in life. Hidden handicaps hijack your future. I'm going to repeat that again because I think it's really just so important. Hidden handicaps hijack your future. So what is it that I actually mean by that? Imagine that you're trying to get into a room full of treasure, but there are hidden locks keeping the door closed. No matter how hard you push the door, it will not open. Until you find the locks and the keys, you'll never get into that treasure because the door is locked and you can't even see where the locks are. In the exact same way, there are hidden things holding back you from achieving your goal of great pay raises. Just like that door with the hidden locks keep you from getting the treasure, your goals of more pay as an engineer are behind that door with hidden locks. And in this video, I'm going to expose those hidden locks and how you can get the keys to pay raises that you deserve. Hi, I'm Rick Sturdivant, and I founded a successful 8-figure engineering business that I ran for over 20 years. I've developed a proven step-by-step process that puts you in full control of your salary. And also, look at the description below for our free download called Promotions and Pay Raises Checklist. The first reason that engineers get stuck in their career is they don't understand their value. What do I mean by their value? I mean, what impact does the particular engineer have on the business? Most engineers don't really understand that at all. Most engineers think that their job is to just do good technical work. And while good technical work is the foundation to great pay raises, there's just so much more. And that's because it turns out that the company doesn't pay you for your effort. The company pays you for business impact. Your value is not only what you build, your value is what your work does for the business. In other words, the business is going to ask questions like, did you help sell more units of the products the company sells? Or did you save the company money? Or did you help the company win in the future? Which is actually a pretty big deal for engineers. That's pretty big impact. And that's value. But most engineers never even think this way. Managers want to hear numbers that demonstrate business value. And if you can't explain your value in business terms, your manager can't use your work to get you a raise. You have to turn your work into numbers because your numbers get talked about in meetings that you're not in. And that's so true. There's going to be meetings with executive managers, business executives, program managers that you're not going to be part of, and I guarantee you they're going to be talking about the numbers, the quantitative, the facts about what value you bring to the business. The second reason engineers feel stuck in their careers is they don't understand how management determines raises. They don't understand the how of raises. And if you don't understand the how of raises, how are you going to be able to prepare for the raises to maximize the level of raise that you get and the probability that you're going to get a raise? Your manager doesn't decide your raise alone. There's a meeting, and in that meeting, there's your manager, other managers, there's even human resources. And what they do in that meeting is that they look at the budget. Yes, there is a budget. And they compare employees and they ask some essential questions. Who had the biggest impact? If this person was to leave the company, would it have a measurable impact? And then can we prove the value of this particular employee? That is the value that this particular employee is adding to the business. So notice the words. Prove, right? It's not hard work. It's not how many hours did you stay late. It's not the level of effort that you put in. It's not even how nice you are. It is proof. Proof is what is used to make the decisions. And if you don't give proof, then you make it hard for your manager to argue for you. And when it's hard to argue for your case for promotion, then you're the one who loses. So raises aren't emotional. Instead, raises are logical and based on proof and budget. The third reason engineers feel stuck in their career is that they avoid raise conversations, because they don't know what to say. So, don't know what to say. And it turns out that some engineers think they should say things like, I just deserve a raise, or I'm the senior engineer, so I deserve a raise, or something like that. They try to use their seniority as a justification. Or worse yet, since most engineers don't know what to say in a performance review, anxiety sets in. And then the mind starts to think things like, since I don't know what to say, I need this performance review to be over as quickly as possible. Then, if you were like me before I learned how to, what the secrets are to engineering pay raises, you might think, well, I want this, to be over as quickly as possible, but that's the path to low raises and disappointing careers, it turns out. So instead of allowing anxiety to set in about your performance reviews, there are ways to prepare for the reviews so that management will see you as the engineer who deserves the highest pay raise. There are specific things you must say during those performance reviews. Let me give you some advice based on what I've learned from running my own engineering company for 20 years. You must focus on the facts of the value that you represent, to not an emotion, not in your desires, but the cold, hard facts. When you're speaking facts, you're speaking the language of management. There is actually a framework for learning to speak to your management during your performance reviews. And if you're interested in learning that framework, then look in the description below for a link to the Engineering Career Accelerator program. That training can transform your career. And don't forget that hidden handicaps hijack your future. And you don't need to be a better engineer to get that pay raise. Instead, what you need to do is focus on explaining your value. And then if you understand how raises work, you're going to be able to use the right words during those performance reviews. Most engineers never learn this, but now you have, and that changes everything. Until next time, this is Dr. Rick Sturdivant.